Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Music Mondays, man. It's your boy Zomb Slays. This is episode 63 of Music Mondays. I hope you all are well. Hope you all had a good Monday. Tonight, we have a very special show for you. Just a quick few announcements. SoundCloud Sunday, Volume 24 is live on our SoundCloud. If you missed last week's episode of the podcast, episode 62 is also live on the YouTube channel, man. Make sure you go check that out, as well as visit allmusicmondays.com for our latest articles and written pieces. So, let's introduce our special guests. So I'd like to welcome independent recording artist Fury and DJ and producer Mikal Jones. Welcome to Music Mondays. How are you guys?
I am great.
What up?
Welcome.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. I hope you're all well. So how was your Monday, man? What's going down with you guys?
I got big bongs. That's why. That's what.
I got big bug. My nigga Stody. Shit, it's been a cool little day. It's been a slow little day.
Yeah, just rainy day out in Houston for real. Rainy, slow day out in Houston.
Yeah, how is Texas like for you guys? What's going down out in Texas? How is that?
Bro, Texas is cool because of the homies, but Texas sucks.
Really?
That nigga said Texas sucks. I fuck with Houston.
Houston's cool. Yeah, like Houston's cool. Houston's really like Gotham City, but I mean, Texas
The
itself,
rest of Texas is really it's crashed out. Like really ain't shit. You feel me out here for nobody, but like
Austin's
it's a couple
cool.
of key places.
Yeah, San Antonio's cool. There's like 3 cool cities, and then it's like the rest is like Texas is big, man. First off, Texas is fucking big.
Texas is definitely
like 3
big.
hours. Dude, I can drive 3, 4, 5 hours in one direction and not even hit a city. It's insane.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely crazy. All right. So before we get into details, right? Before we get into super Texas talk, man, let's talk about who you guys are. Fury. Let's talk about who you are as an artist. Tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are today in 2022.
Who I am as a person and as an artist.
Yeah.
Shit. I just try to be a human being, you feel me? I just dropped a project, be patient with me, I'm only human. And that's to really stress the fact that I'm only human, you know what I'm saying? I live every day, take that shit as it comes. Right now I'm just fucking in a transition phase, you know what I'm saying? Going
Love that.
through a lot of shit, dealing with a lot of shit, learning how to deal with a lot of shit, and it's empowering, you feel me? So, if anything, Fury is just a regular fucking person, like, you feel me? Anybody that's gonna listen to this shit. And I'm just, putting that work in to fucking do what I want to do and, you feel me, live the life I want to live. And I've managed to meet some great people along the way.
Wow. Oh, I actually really love that answer. Holy shit. Well said. Okay.
Powerful as fuck.
Yeah. Moving on to Mikal. You're a producer,
Man,
and
how am I supposed to follow that up?
how am I supposed to follow that up? No. So you're a producer and a DJ. Tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are in 2022.
Man, in 2022,
Who are you
I'm
today?
fucking full-time producer and fucking gamer, essentially. That's all I fucking have time to do. I'm just trying to make money, enough money off this production. And then I Uber Eats and DoorDash a little bit on the side. Other than that, I'm just trying to, you feel me, navigate, get shows going, shit like that,
Right. Love that. So that's honestly two hustler mentalities if I've ever heard, honestly. So let's start from the beginning and let's talk about you guys' roots in not only music but in life. You guys both have separate backgrounds.
Yeah.
Mikal, you grew up separate from Fury. Fury, you grew up in Vegas. Let's talk a little bit about that first, and how was Vegas for you growing up, and what did you like about it? Did you not like anything about it? How was your
Vegas,
early years?
uh, I'll say the formative years and shit, growing up for real, was just like you don't have a lot to do in that city because it's made for like adults and shit. So we kind of just made our own fun and figured out how to like make some money and shit. No one wanted to like we're like 15, 16. Like no one has a way to get to fucking work if we want to work a job or some shit. So it's like you make certain decisions and you do certain things. You know what I'm saying? And you learn how to hustle. You learn how to make money. You learn how to pull something from nothing. And it was very much like a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? And it was just something that I kind of like take a lot from and wouldn't really be who I am today without. And that's the short answer of it, pretty much. But as much as I learned a lot from Vegas, also, you feel me? I have a lot of negative energy towards it,
Right.
negative feeling towards it. But at the same time, I love it, and it's the place that made me. And I
Completely
feel like,
understandable.
you know what I'm saying. And now that I'm a little bit older, I want to kind of dwell in the Sin City a little bit. You know what I'm saying? See what the hype is about.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Um, so you both are currently located in Houston, but Michael, you have roots in Atlanta. Tell us a little bit about Atlanta and what that was like for you growing up in ATL.
Dude, I love Atlanta. I just remember going to games a lot, like Falcons and Hawks and Braves games a lot, because our neighbor had like some season tickets for all of it. He was a huge sports fan, and he always invited me and my dad. We were always going there. And other than that, like just musically, was always listening to fucking Outkast, hearing that on every fucking radio station. Um, but no, I really, really, really love Atlanta. Love, love, love Atlanta. And I moved to Texas when I was like eighth grade, seventh grade. You feel me? And yeah, man. And then I fucking just dropped out as a sophomore, started getting money. But no, Atlanta's awesome. Like, I think it's beautiful. I love the city part of it because it's like there's so much to do there. So much to do there.
Right.
And then there's like Georgia, you got beaches. I mean, you got really shitty places in Georgia and like shitty people in Georgia. But like, I mean, you got beaches, you got mountains, and then like the city, Atlanta, like that's pretty much the only like big city or really only city like that has a downtown or anything like that in Atlanta that's worth fucking or Georgia rather that's worth fucking even mentioning. But Atlanta's lovely, love it.
Damn, that's awesome. See, me being on the East Coast as well, I've never been to Atlanta, but I always hear a lot of like really dope things about Atlanta. Usually a lot of positive things too. So, but you guys have pretty separate roots, man. I mean, Vegas is on one end of the country and Atlanta is on another end of the country, but Michael, you moved to Texas relatively early on. Fury, did you stay in Vegas for pretty much your whole teen years, or?
Oh shit, I wasn't born in Vegas, but I was raised out there
Hmm.
from the time I was like like 5. Uh, so yeah, my whole fucking life was spent in Vegas. Really, I moved out for about like a year or so. Then I fucking moved back actually for like 2 months, and then I came out here and I've been out here for a little second. But I'm actually about to go back to Vegas, and yeah, it's about to be pretty cool.
Damn,
But
love
to answer
that.
your question, you feel me? Yeah, I pretty much spent my whole life out there.
Yeah, so that's that's actually really cool when I hear artists that do a lot of like bouncing around and shit. Like sometimes it's not always like the most positive shit, right? But it can be pretty inspirational and it can show you a lot of like different aspects of life that I think a lot of people
Yes,
miss
sir.
out on. You know what I mean?
You can learn from it and you can see a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that shit's really dope. Um, so
Hell yeah.
I really enjoy you guys' roots and how separate they are, but you guys also came together as well. But before we get into more detail about that, let's talk a little bit about music and you guys' music early days. So we discussed somewhat a little bit about your early music inspirations and things that you guys really remember about music growing up, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
let's talk a little bit more about that and let's talk about some artists that you guys remember vividly growing up, and who are some of your favorites?
Shit, some of my favorite artists. Michael, if you don't speak, nigga, um, I'll
I
say,
mean, I was gonna say 50 Cent off the back. Like that's a mutual right there. You feel me? And
yeah,
Snoop Dogg.
that's a mutual favorite.
That's a mutual. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Straight up. Like I remember growing up on 50 Loki, and I think it was the same thing with him. You know?
But like
same.
my favorite rapper of all time, I would probably have to say like Lil Wayne on some like corny shit. But at the same time, it's
Yeah,
just like
Lil
it is
Wayne,
what it
bro.
is. Like, oh, that's like my favorite rapper of all time and shit. And to be honest, like what made me want to rap, I've even told like fucking Michael this. I watched Get Rich or Die Trying, the 50 Cent movie.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I see that nigga perform at the end of the movie after going through all that bullshit. And it's like, I don't know, it made sense to me because you feel me, growing up, you know this person that's in the hood, you in the hood, you in this, you in that. And I don't know. So like that movie looked like some shit that was like inspirational type shit. So I was like, oh yeah, that's crazy. Like that nigga made it past all of that with rapping.
Damn. Yeah, no, honestly, I can relate. I really enjoyed 50, Eminem here or there growing up. There was a lot of like really, really good classic hip hop that I enjoyed as well. Um, what about you, Michael? Who were some of your early inspirations and early favorites?
Are we talking just hip hop?
Oh no, no, anything honestly, because
So
I know you mentioned Slipknot. You mentioned a lot of
yeah,
varieties. So let's talk about that for a second.
dude. A lot of people are gonna clown me and say it's a cheesy ass band, but like 311, I grew up on them. Fish, fish. I grew up on them.
I'm
Like,
laughing because you saying people gonna clown you like fuck what niggas gonna say, bro. Just
Let them
you're not
know,
listening.
Fury. Let them
I'm
know.
saying that because like low key, shout out Scarface because he's the one who always no, not even Scarface, it's Dear God. Dear God always gives me shit.
Yep.
But shout out Scarface regardless. Shout out Scarface regardless. But Dear God always gives me fucking shit for liking 311. But I just
That's
think it's
funny
funny.
as fuck.
311, Fish, my brother, like fucking loves them, you know, a lot. Like ritually go like listens to them. And so it kind of got me into that with a little bit like in my teenage years. I was like that with 311. And
Right.
then man, he also showed me at a young age, he showed me like I said 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Slipknot, fucking Corn, Rage Against the Machine, like those last three, I remember the first time I heard them. Like I remember the first time I heard "Wait and Bleed." I was sitting there in this fucking corner, like, shit. What the fuck is that? Like what the fuck is like? There's so much going on right now, you know. And man, System of a Down is another.
Oh wow.
Incubus,
Yeah, System of a Down. Holy shit.
dude. Like System. There's a couple of these bands. Like for example, System of a Down, Corn,
Hmm.
and Slipknot, all of them, like those three, I would literally make a playlist on my Apple or my iTunes back in the day. I would make a playlist, and it would be if it was live songs, the better, you know.
Right.
Make a playlist. Well, I would want them to have a set list live, and I would play it on the fucking bass like along with them, like as best I could, and I would just fucking rock out for literally 3, 4, 5 hours until like on some like meth head shit, like until my fucking fingers, until my fingers were bleeding and shit, dude. Like literally until my fingers were bleeding and shit, until my fucking like my nails were fucked up. And it's like I say, like on some meth head shit. I won't disclose who, but like I have a family member who you know they're sober now, but like
Hmm.
back 10, 15 years ago, they used to like dabble in meth a little bit, and they did the
Yeah.
same thing on the base. They would
Holy
fucking,
shit.
you know, they would smoke and like, and obviously I don't do meth, but like it would like I'm just comparing it to the same thing. He would do it for fucking 10, 12 hours, you know, literally just fucking methed out, like fucking jamming on the bass, doing crazy, and he's a crazy ass bassist. But nah, I would just get you know, smoke some weed, fucking, and get in the zone and just literally just play through what I think like dream live sets for them would be, you know, and just play along with them. And
That's
I love it. I
actually
love those bands.
that's actually really sick. It probably led to some like early production inspiration, like subconsciously. But like
100%.
like
100%.
it's so funny, right? Because like shit like that doesn't really like for me personally, it doesn't transfer over to like what I create today for music, but like it's just like a memorable like experience and like just like shit you still could go back to that feels nostalgic and like almost like stands the test of time, right? Because it's like still good, like, 10 years later, 8 years later, whatever. So,
Well, some of the genres also, like, look at NWA and, like, just for example, NWA and Rage Against the Machine.
mhm,
You got two very, like, political, anti-government, like establishment, like calling out bullshit type shit, but they're totally different bands. They're not even bands, different, styles of music. One's straight fucking 90s gangster rap hip hop, and then one's, fucking Rage Against the Machine, like
right.
rock,
Way heavier shit.
Yeah, like new metal.
Right. Damn, yeah, no, that's such a great point. I fuck with that a lot. Okay,
It
so
definitely helped.
no, 100%, 100%. That's so cool, man. So we all have these like really, really dope inspirations. But when did the idea of music really come about? So we discussed this not really at length and not really to the amount of detail that I really would like to, because everybody knows, you can only get so much detail through a text interview, right? So let's talk about how you guys got your roots in creating music, man, and how did you guys end up starting art and music? So Fury, I know you had a pretty early start. Let's talk about your first memory of creating music.
Shit, probably being like 10, 11 years old with like a fucking Logitech microphone. Not even like an actual, studio microphone, nothing like that. It's a fucking, I forgot what the mic was even for. It was like a old school, like, you plug it right into the PC type shit. Like back when the PCs were fat as fuck. Like this is like 2009.
Bro, I think I know what you're talking about. I think
Yeah,
I
so
know
it was like a
exactly
gaming
what
mic.
fucking mic. Dude, I think I know exactly what
Hmm.
fucking mic you're
It was
talking
like one of
about.
them old ass gaming mics. So I'm like 10, 11 years old. I listened to a bunch of Lil Wayne. I
Mm-hmm.
remember I made a fucking song and I call it Like a Martian. And on the song, I'm like doing a Lil Wayne chuckle and shit, laughing like that nigga. Just saying a
Damn.
bunch of random, like dumb shit, whispering into the song. I uploaded it on YouTube and it had a fucking, I used a fucking Cookie Monster, bro, as the fucking artwork. And I think I deleted this shit like a couple years back. So nobody will ever find that shit. But yeah. It was that was like my first memory of like making music. My first
Bro.
time I was like, okay, let me just make some shit. And I'm just like 10 years old, just doing that shit, whispering that shit in the microphone so my mom don't hear me.
No, see, I love that so much. And we keep bringing up Wayne, right? And I keep neglecting to mention the fact that there's a Wayne poster right above my head right now. So Wayne was definitely a real big inspiration for me growing up as well. Probably the biggest, along with like Young Jeezy and a couple other artists, man. But um
Dude,
My boy
Jeezy,
said
that's
G.
another
I
one.
was
You
gonna say, I
just
was like, hold
mentioned
on.
one shit.
yeah,
That's what my
Yeah,
yeah,
you
boy
just
said.
said some
G.
real
That's crazy.
ATL shit.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember it, bro.
yeah.
Y'all remember
Jeezy,
whenever they put his and Kanye's song on Skate 3?
holy shit, what is it called? Fuck me. What the fuck is it called?
I think it's just on or For My City or Put
Yes,
On For My
yes,
City.
put
It's like
on.
I think
It's
I
called Put
think
On.
that's literally no Put On. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah, that
Put
is
on for my
heat.
city.
That is
I am
heat.
for my city. I put
Oh
Yeah,
on for my
yeah.
fuck,
city.
bro. No, yeah,
Put
but
on.
not to get too sidetracked, but holy shit, Jeezy was like, I was like the only one in my crew that really liked him too, right? Like everybody like fuck with Wayne and like Gucci and
It's
shit like
funny as
that,
hell.
but like
Gucci.
Jeezy was a big inspiration for me. But yeah, man. So that's a really, really dope early memory, and a lot of that shit like sticks with you, right? Like for me,
Hell yeah.
like I remember like why I started doing this and like the fun in it, and like people always like lose sight of that sort of thing, and just like I keep those memories close, you know. So before we continue, Fury, what are some of your earliest memories of creating music? And I know you have a DJ background. Let's talk a little bit about your
You mean
early
Michael?
your your
Confused the fuck out of me. You
or
mean me?
yes. Um, you have a DJ background as well, so let's talk a little bit
Yes.
about that.
So I started. Damn. What really made me want to DJ? What made me want to get into music was my brother. I just didn't know how for the longest fucking time. It was I wanted to sing and be a guitarist. I wanted to play drums, but never had guitar. Or I got a guitar at like 10, 11, but didn't really know how to play it. And then I remember being 12 or 13. I think it was 12, maybe even 11. But
Mm-hmm.
Ultra Music Festival down in Miami used to run these live streams on their YouTube when like YouTube first started fucking like dabbling in live streams. You know, it was like only certain people could do live events. I remember it was like dubbed a live concert, and it was like their whole fucking festival. You know, it was free, and I was sitting there like in my room, like, holy fuck, I can watch this. I can be at this festival without actually paying anything, without being at this festival. So I watched like all 3 fucking days of it, and like this was the year that Swedish House Mafia like broke up for the first time, and I was sitting there like, damn, like I'm watching all these artists like Swedish House Mafia, Dead Mouse, like fucking Zed's Dead, crazy ass people, DJs and like dubstep producers or just EDM producers in general, would just blow me away with their mixes. I was like, I want to do that. You know, I want to do that right now. So I saved up like $50. I thought that was going to be enough for a good ass turntable. Again, I'm like 12, 13, 11, something like that. And I begged my parents to take me somewhere that I can get a turntable. And I picked, for whatever reason, I thought the Apple Store would have it. So I was asking, like, yo, can you take me to the Apple Store? Take me to the Apple Store. Like, I have this money. Like, can you take me there? I want to get something there.
Right.
And they didn't know what the fuck I wanted. And I got this like $30 like plastic piece of shit, like virtual DJ compatible turntable, and it was trash, but I loved it. And I would fucking, anytime I got the chance to DJ, I would. I was in band at the time. I remember asking my band director, like, whenever we had fucking events, like band events at the school, I would be like, yo, can I DJ? Like, I'll do it free. Like, I just put me in the corner. Like, I have my own setup. I have my own speakers. Like, just let me DJ. And like, would go and play the most fucking outrageous dubstep or like the most outrageous hip hop I could find. And they'd be like, all right, you can't do this anymore within like 30 minutes. You feel me? But not, and that got me into wanting to produce, you know, because I was like, oh shit, Dead Mouse, who I really loved at the time, Dead Mouse he's not a DJ, he produces and then makes his own live sets.
Right.
So then that got me into producing. I got a fucking Machine Mark 1. This is like when Native Instruments just dropped Machine, like it was brand fucking new. I got a Machine Mark 1, didn't know what the fuck I was doing with it, dabbled with it a little bit, and kind of put it to the side and went back to DJing because I thought it was simpler. And that was literally on like 13. Fast forward to about like 18, 19, and I got back into producing, and I got like FL, like, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna actually, you know, put fucking thought into this and put effort into this. And yeah, when I was 19, I think it was RJ the Guru, to be so honest with you, that I sent my first song to.
Wow.
If not him, that was like the second or third one. But I remember sending it to funnily enough, this dude out in Vegas, this like, I don't even remember his name, but some really, really shitty white boy rapper that found me on SoundCloud, and he was like, "Hey, can I use this beat?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then he took the beat. I don't even count it because he took the beat and then fucking like edited it a bunch, like cut, not even edit it, but like cut it. You feel me? Like
What the
like you
fuck?
would vocals. He like wanted, instead of asking me to, because it was like a 45, 50-second beat. All right. It was like real short. That's on me. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But instead of asking me, hey, can you make it longer or can you loop it, which would have been really easy, he fucking tried to loop it himself, and he did it like 3 or 4 times, and it fucking wasn't on beat. Like you could hear the clip, and it just was shit. So I don't even
Oh,
count that.
man.
But like, yeah, RJ the Guru was like, that was the first like actual song that I was like, all right, this is like, I care about this. You know, like I actually know who this is. I met him through Faded Decade and shit.
Shout out to
Yeah.
my nigga RJ, man.
Man, let's go. Big shouts out. So, holy shit, you like that's like one hell of a fucking story right there. So, son of a bitch, man. Let's get it. No, that's great. That's great. Love to hear that. So, lots of great roots, lots of great memories. Fury, when
Yes, sir.
did you decide to start taking this seriously? Because you're definitely one of the more unique vocalists that not only I've ever encountered, but multiple people will tell you that.
I mean, I just rap.
You
And
do?
then I put some shit on my voice that make it sound a little different, and that's it.
But
I'm
nobody can
definitely
do it
glad
like
people fuck
Fury.
with it though.
Yeah, nah, see, like, that's the thing. Like, you're very humble because nobody can do it like you that I've heard on my radar. So
I just
when
rap.
yeah, I just rapped. I was like, what the fuck? This
Like I'm not
motherfucker
one of
is
the crazy.
heat. Heat.
Like I'm
This
not one of the
motherfucker is heat,
craziest
bro.
fucking rappers of my generation. Like I'm not man.
I just be rapping, bro.
Straight up though. So
I just be rapping, bro.
But yeah, what was the question you were getting on to?
I do respect the humbleness, no, because you always got to keep yourself humble. Absolutely.
Definitely.
When did you decide to start taking this seriously? And do you remember a certain track or a certain moment or a certain anything that you were like, yo, this is my fucking dream and I'm going forward with everything I fucking have?
I mean, to be honest, I think I was always like that. My bad. I think I was always like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like ever since I found music.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like, I don't know. You know how kids are like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be that, and then they change that shit throughout the years.
Yep.
With me, like once I found music, it was just music. Like I couldn't think of nothing else. Like there was no other like dream career or any type of shit like that.
Dude,
it was just music.
same.
And then as I got older and and I started to understand like the logistics of this shit and how to make it like a something that has to work for you, and like if you really want to make it a living, like not everyone's gonna be fucking famous, not everyone's gonna be fucking the biggest superstar, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But you can do this shit to a way, you feel me?
To where
To an
you
extent
can
that provides for you.
absolutely
You know what I'm
no
saying?
absolutely and that's such a great talking point because that's something I try to teach not only on the show but just throughout Music Mondays as a whole, because everybody is so focused on what this person has or why can't I do this or why can't I get that, when in reality, bro, like everybody can do this as long as you keep focused and you're like, just like you said, like you don't have to be fucking super famous. You don't have to be Wayne. You don't have to be Drake.
Exactly.
You don't
You
have
don't
to
have to
do
be.
any of that. But like you
But the
can,
craziest part is you can have people like that acknowledge your talent. You can have people that
without a
acknowledge their
doubt,
talent, acknowledge your talent. Like, you know what I'm
without a
saying?
doubt,
You
and
can still be fucking great in your own way. You don't have to be fucking, you know what I'm saying?
yep,
Not everyone has to have the spotlight all the time.
1,000%, 1,000%. Like for example, you can set yourself up in a way where like you're not only taken care of, but like your people around you, like
Exactly.
I touch on this a little bit with Eddie. Like there's so many producers and engineers and people we don't even fucking know about that live in great, beautiful houses and have everything taken care of, and nobody even fucking knows their name. You know what I
Grammy-winning
mean?
fucking producers and engineers.
Straight up,
You know what
bro.
I'm saying? You
Straight
can
up.
see them in the grocery store and not even know that's them.
Yep. Yep.
So
So
it's just like, yeah.
that's such a great point, bro. Such a great
But to
point.
answer your question, I'll probably say like around the time I was probably like 15, 16, 17. I started talking to like a lot of the homies that I still know now. Donnie Hardaway, fucking RJ the Guru that Michael just mentioned.
Right.
Um, just a lot of people. And I started just realizing like shit, music is something I really want to do and like hold on to. And then shit hit 18, 19, and I realized like, okay, I'm a grown ass man now. I can't do certain things that used to make me money without, getting in trouble for it.
Right.
So if I want to make, you feel me, this music shit something tangible and also keep the passion with it, then let me just, you feel me, keep my foot on the gas and kind of just like keep humble with it. So I
Well
really like
said.
locked in around the time I was like 18, 19. Then I pretty much fucking met Michael for the first time around then. Stayed at his spot for a week.
You're
And ever since then, shit, like it was really up. Like it was kind of crazy. Like that solidified the bond right there.
Damn. See, that's such a great segue into my next question. So let's talk a little bit about that. Um, you guys, like I always talk about, you have these like backgrounds, but I always consider you not like one artist, but like such a dynamic duo, right? That is just like I can picture you guys holding your own as a producer and as an artist, but when you guys come together, it's like, damn, that's like a power duo right there. You know what I'm saying? So
Something scary. I see what you're saying.
yeah, bro, cause like some duos, right? Like they can't like hold their own like by themselves, but each of you guys I could totally see being your separate entities, but when you come together it's like some other shit. Yeah, Batman and
No,
Robin.
definitely. Like,
Batman and
yeah.
Robin. That's such a
Like
great
you don't
analogy.
like y'all gonna hear some of this shit like Michael's been working on with other artists
Mhm.
this year, and it's gonna be like, okay,
Yep.
it's like I don't know, like Michael is one of my favorite producers. Actually, not even one of, like that's my favorite producer. Like I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck what anyone says. Your favorite producer sucks.
Let them
But
know,
yeah,
bro. Let them
at the
know.
end of the day, like yeah, very talented soul.
Mm-hmm.
And when we come together, it's something crazy.
Right? No, so
I'm curious as to what Scarface is saying. That's just in chat. That's just all asterisks. He's really
That
he's
nigga
really
said,
going off.
that
He's
saying
really.
racial
Sorry,
slurs.
I just had to acknowledge that chat real
Hey.
quick. He said all I see is Scarface, and he says Michael, and I see asterisk 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 asterisk
You
asterisk
don't
asterisk
know
asterisk asterisk.
food.
Chad's trolling. So you guys separate sides of the country, but you guys came together. When did you guys come together for the first time? What was the year? How old were you guys? When the fuck did this start, man?
2018, I think.
2018?
Yeah, definitely.
I think it was like June
It
of
was
2018
it
or
was
something like
because
that.
I remember I went back home and then like a month later I turned like 19.
Yeah, it was.
Like, yeah.
So back when I first joined No Doms, I met No Doms through Faded Decade. Faded Decade's a clothing brand, a clothing store that used to throw heavy shows too, and they were out in fucking Huntsville, Texas, and then they moved to Houston. But when they were in Huntsville, I was at a show. I met Dally and Donnie and RJ. They were all performing. Met them. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is up with you guys? Like, I fuck with y'all heavy." And I had already known Dead, who is a part of Faded Decade. He's an artist, and I had music coming with him, but I kind of just linked with them, was like learning about them. They told me about No Doms, told me about everybody else in them, or in No Doms, where they were from, etc. And then
Right.
from there, I was like, shit, I'm gonna tap in with them. Followed everybody on Twitter, on Instagram. Tapped in with Zapata, RJ, and Fury. And I eventually was like, after making some music with them, I told him like, yo, Zapata, RJ, Fury, like, fuck the bullshit. Like, y'all come I was in College Station at the time because my girl's was in college at Texas A&M. I was like, yo, y'all come to my apartment for a little bit, for like a week, come make music, like lock in. And that's
Now,
what they did. And
this was in Texas at the time, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
College
yeah.
Station, Texas.
Damn. That's actually really crazy. So when you guys started to come together, you guys were involved with other crews of people, sort of in the underground and outside of the underground. Would you guys consider yourself a part of many collectives? Would you guys consider yourself underground artists? What do you guys consider yourself back then?
Back then, shit,
Yeah.
I was just fucking, I don't know, I was like a tadpole, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I ain't know
Yeah.
shit. I ain't know shit for real. Like I was grown like
Dude,
a motherfucker.
Early days.
Shout out
I thought I knew
Zapata.
everything though, you know what I'm saying? I thought I knew
Shout out
everything, but I ain't know shit.
Shout out Zapata because he like taught me how to like record these fools. Like he was very patient with me. Like I told these guys to come out. I didn't even know how to fucking record vocals at the time, and Zapata was like, "Oh fuck," and showed me how, and showed me a lot about production and shit like that. Same thing with Dear God, like over the phone, just showing me a lot about production. Didn't know shit, bro.
See, that's insane. So you had these really
At the time,
yeah.
my bad. At the time, I was only in No Doms, and I think
Yeah, I was about to say, Kenny.
Fury was only in No Doms and Ends at the time. I
Yeah,
believe.
at the time I was a part of like
Yeah.
it was like during the I don't know that wave of the underground. I was a part of a collective known as No Doms, No Democracy, and another one known as Ends. And Ends actually has had a lot of prominent people that are
Like some
pretty
fucking
big in the
heavyweight.
underground come out of
Yeah.
it. I could name a couple. I really don't like to flex my nuts a lot, but fucking, I won't even speak on it. I'll let them speak for themselves whenever they do.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
but yeah, like I've been around a lot. Like I fucking like a lot of people, like don't really know. Like we've floated around. You know what I'm saying? We've like talked to a lot of people that you might see and be kind of like, oh shit, that's someone that we all know and fucking want to listen to or some shit. But at the end of the day, like
Right.
like 2, 3, 4 years ago, that was a regular person to me when we had
Mm-hmm.
conversations or some shit. So it's like I've been around a lot. I've only been in like 2 collectives really, but now I'm in the third one, I guess. So this is Community Centers I'm in. Shout out to all of my fucking brothers MCS.
Shout out CS.
Man, let's go. Shout out the homies. That's great.
Shout
That's
out
great.
So I won't
Scarface.
say like I've been a part of like a fuck ton of collectives, but I've been a part of a few, and each one was like very family oriented and very close and tight knit.
Very meaningful shit. I definitely fuck with that a lot. Same with me. a couple collectives, but very just close family shit that you just build a bond with certain people, not over just like quote unquote the internet, I guess, but more so just like over music and art, you know. And you sort of mentioned that there were like a lot of like heavyweight names, and Dear God is another one that came to mind where um people would hear that name and be like, "Oh, you know, that's crazy," da da da. Da. But like you said, like years ago,
no, that's
like
someone I could like me or Michael could call him today or some shit. Like
Yeah,
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 that's
Big
our
Bro.
brother. Like yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like I'm like
Big
damn near
Bro.
his little brother, bro. Like he was
That's
fucking
literally Big
when
Bro.
no one wanted
Like,
to send me beats, bro. Dear God was sending me beats when I was 17, 18 years
when
old, dude.
nobody wanted to work with me, when nobody wanted to collab with me as a producer, he would collab with me. Like, dude, Dear God's Big Bro. Like, Dear God is Big Bro for real.
that's amazing. That's truly amazing.
But yeah, that's really our dog for real. So like it's just one of those. Like I don't really worry about it too much. I don't even like flex it too much or like try to
Right,
throw it
right.
around like a trophy because
Of
that's the
course
homie.
not.
That's his accomplishment. That's his
Right.
accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm happy for him always, and I celebrate those with him. But at the end
Super
of the day,
proud
like
of
I'm
him.
not about to try to
Super
take
proud.
away from those and make them about me.
100%. 100%. I fuck with that a
I'm
lot.
so proud of Dear God.
Yeah.
He's come so far.
See, like that's the same thing with me, you know what I mean? Like, you know, um flex who I interviewed, flex, you know, who I've collabed with, this and the third. But at the end of the day, like all that other shit, like it doesn't hold any weight when it comes to who you are, you know?
It's really
So
neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Exactly.
I agree. I
It
completely
just is what
agree.
it is. Like you feel me. At the end of the day, it's like what can you feel me? Like what
Mm-hmm.
can you bring to the table? Like not
Right.
the fucking the accolades that other
This, the
motherfuckers might
that.
have that you know.
Yep, yep, I agree. That's such a great point. So
Yes, sir.
you guys have been involved with all sorts of great crews. You guys came together as a duo. You guys are both currently staying in Texas. And as of recently, you've been putting in a lot of fucking work, like a whole lot of work, like videos on videos on videos, songs on drops on albums. But more notably, be patient with me. I'm only human. Let's talk a little bit about the
I
album
was waiting for this.
and a little bit about what the people might not know about the process of it and the idea of the album. So, first off, how did you come up with the title? And for those who don't know, what's the story behind it?
This is one of
That's
those
all
ones, but
him. That's
I'll
all him
say
right there.
I'll say the title of the project comes from I just had the idea of be patient with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was gonna be I dropped a project last year called Smile You're on Camera with a bunch of my producer friends. I just put together a bunch of songs. It was like a compilation tape. I was gonna do the same thing this year, and it was gonna be called Be Patient with Me.
Right.
Because last year I fucking slacked, didn't drop a lot of music, whatever the fuck. But then life happens. Shit fucking, turns around, flips upside down.
100%.
And then me and Michael ended up with all these fucking songs. Or actually, hold on, I'll get to that later. And then that's when the part comes in with I'm only human. Be patient with me, I'm only human, because I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit different now. I want to represent myself a little different with this project. And then I pitched this project to Michael again. Like we've talked about it several times before. And he goes, okay, we have like a bunch of songs. How about we do a 2-part? And I'm like, so we do one half hype and, turned up songs like, feel good. And the other half is like, okay, we sad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the first half is to be patient with me, because it's kind of like you got to be patient with me. It's a lot of ignorance. It's a lot of bullshit I'm saying. But if you wait until the second half, I'm only human. You feel me, the human side of me, and you see the actual, like, the fact that I can speak on shit that's not just violence or fucking ignorance or whatever the fuck.
Right. Now, that's a great dynamic. That's a fucking great dynamic. I know when I had listened to the album prior and while I was interviewing you guys through phone, it was some of the more like organic underground shit that I've ever heard. Like I'm not talking about underground like because nobody knows you or because you're not signed or any of that corny shit. I'm talking about like real like meaningful beautiful sounding shit that also had a great theme and like and I don't know about most people, but I'm big on themes when it comes to projects. Like if you're just putting together like a throwaway project, that's not what I'm talking about. But like if you're gonna put out like a good album, like I feel like Be Patient with Me had such a great double theme. Like a vinyl double-sided would be crazy with this album.
Definitely.
It's wild you just said that. It's insane. You just said something
But
about a vinyl.
I'm gonna let Michael talk. But before you say that, I had seen a video called like it was talking about the art of like an album rollout dying out. Like no one's doing that anymore. No one wants to give you a thing. No one wants to give you
Fuck
something to look at,
no,
something to
bro.
feel and connect with.
Shh, brother.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
swear to God, like that shit, bro. This is the 63rd episode of Music Mondays, and I don't care if I gotta do another 63. I'll fucking say that till I die, bro. People don't want to promo, don't want to do this, don't want to do that. If you're gonna put in the time to make fucking beautiful songs, beautiful beats, beautiful art, you better put in the time to fucking roll it out properly and promote it properly and give it a good meaning.
Push
Like
every single fucking song on there. Like
facts, bro. Like
back
what's
that
the
motherfucker.
point?
Put your heart into that. Like why
Right.
put out a project if you don't give a fuck about it?
100%. Like why the fuck are you gonna paint the like a beautiful painting and then hang it up in a dumpster? Like why the fuck are you gonna do that?
It's like the bullshit ass industry practice where they pretty much like will drop a full length album but call it a fucking mixtape because the sales didn't do well or some shit.
That was a
Like,
big thing with producers as well, for sure,
bullshit.
because a lot of producers were getting cut out of shit like that because they would have to pay producers
Because now
less.
you're not getting royalties and shit
Right.
because this was supposed to be an album.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's
100%
like,
fucked up. So that's some shit that I'll always love and prove that works, because every time that I do it like one-on-one with somebody that's never done it, they see like success that they've never seen before, because people can like relate to shit like for example, Be Patient With Me, I'm Only Human was something for me as a listener I related to. Like that was such an like project that you can't go listen to that and tell me that there's not one song on there that you don't relate to.
I'm glad you say that.
Because that's bullshit, bro. Like there's great like raw hip hop shit, there's great like hard shit, but like you said, like the other side, you have the more emotional shit, you have the more real shit, you have the storytelling, and it's just you don't see a lot of like underground projects like that were like handled with a lot of care, because not only did you guys have like a great theme and a great rollout, but it was the visuals, it was everything following it, and the
A lot of
covers.
that is fucking thanks to Michael. I will not even like lie to you, brother. Like I do not know.
Yeah.
Like I've always wanted to put the videos out and shit like that, but he pushes me to be like, all right, let's get this video done for this. You feel me?
Mhm.
Let's put these songs together, and then he'll help me curate the project and be like, okay, we're gonna put it in this order, and this song's gonna come after this one because it's
Love
gonna feel
that.
like this when you hear it after this. And a lot of times I might not get that shit because I understand a lot about music, and sometimes I just want to put the shit out or I just want to be done with it,
Yep.
wash my hands of it. But he definitely makes sure like a lot of the process is handled with a lot more care than what I will care for at the time sometimes.
Oh, 100%.
And some of it straight up just fun to me. Like for example, how he said, "Let's get this video out. Let's get this video made." He's editing all of it. He edits all the videos. Most like 98% of the album artwork he does, and he does for me. He's made. But like, I love shooting videos. Taking pictures. I also love DJing, which with curating the the set list.
Right.
The 1 through
Tracklist,
10.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the track list.
Yeah.
Thank you, the track list. I'm a little bit high. That shit's fun to me because I look at it. I sit there and look at it like, all right, how can I get this to flow the best way possible, whether it be BPM wise or going. All right, are these songs in the same key or whatever the fuck? All right, if they are, let's put them up here. Do they give me a similar vibe or do they have the same context in the lyrics? All right, let's group them together, etc. I get that all from being a DJ, and like I always think to myself, how would it sound all played out throughout one to whatever the fucking last one is.
and that's how I like my
And
music to be heard from the beginning to the end and type shit. So it's like
exactly, I'm the
it
same
works so
fucking
well.
way.
Right.
Same fucking way. I don't like going to a album and pressing shuffle. I really
Oh
don't.
my God.
I may go to an album, play a single off there, or play like 2 songs off there that I really enjoy. But most of the time, if I go to an album, like that's why I don't. Sometimes I don't like putting music on around people because I'll listen to fucking O3 Greedo and Kenny Beats fucking album, and from just one to whatever the fucking last song is,
Listen to
it's like,
full
yeah,
projects and shit.
it's a fucking hour long, you know, and I'll be like, all right, that was awesome. Like,
That was
I
awesome.
dive into, yeah, like I dive into albums like it's almost like a movie. Like I'll be like, oh shit, like, all right, fuck, what's the next song?
Right.
Even if I've heard it 60 fucking times, like, I don't know. And that particular album, shit, I listened to it 3-4 times over when I moved into the house I'm in right now. Like that's it. I was just sitting there, like I didn't really have time to fucking dick around with the music, anyways. You know, so I put on what album am I fucking with right now? All right, fucking O3 Greedo, Kenny Beats. Let's put that shit on. Like Netflix and Deal, put that shit on. All right. It's gone all the way through. Fuck it, let's just play it again, or like it'll just loop it, or whatever the fuck, you know, and it'll just keep playing.
Right. Nah, see, like like that conversation we just had right there proves the fact that like albums just mean something, you know what I mean? But like not like in a mainstream way, like more so like when it's organic DIY shit, like cuz you mentioned like a lot of that stuff is so fun for you, you know what I mean? Shooting videos, Fury does the editing, like like a lot of that stuff is so enjoyable. You know what I mean? So I could totally relate, and a lot of people sleep on that because not a lot of people are jack of all trades like that and are able to do multiple things when it comes to art in their own projects. But I feel like they all come out so much better if you do shit like that, you know? But
When you have a lot
100%.
more hands in the pot type shit, when you can
yeah,
control more aspects of what you're trying to
100%.
put out.
It's a team.
Yeah.
It's a team.
yep,
When you could curate your vision the way you want to, it definitely does come out and feel a lot better. Like that's why I feel like
100%.
this project has resonated with people such as you, like as much as it has.
Right.
Because this one was a lot different. Like we put a lot more into it this time around.
You could really tell too, it's pretty rare, and I'm not trying to like overly gas it, but there are just so many artists and so many projects that, you know, if they had the proper attention or if they did the proper thing or this or that, like one other thing was right, but it's very rare to find an album like like created by two independent do-it-yourself creators that is so consistent. It's so consistent, like everything fits like a puzzle. And that's something that I'm glad we could touch on here because not a lot of people like I guess a lot of people knew about it, but now even more. If you don't know, now you know. Be patient with me. I'm only human is definitely contender for underground album of the year, 100%.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I
I
appreciate
think
you
what helped.
100%.
Thank you. And I think what helped was just how it make it flow so well is the chemistry, and like for example the videos that we put out. That's another big thing is like the chemistry in the videos. Like we've butted heads at times talking about like, dog, like this is my art. Like yeah, but this is my art as well. Like you feel me? It's like you know, like I want to present it this way. Well, like maybe this will in it, and
Right.
it's always. But we're level headed enough to either like talk about it, and I don't want to say compromise because it's not really nothing. I don't
It's
want to
just
say
like come
there's
to an
nothing to compromise,
understanding.
but yeah, like
It's just definitely that. You just come
we
into
get
a
it
common
made.
ground.
Yeah, exactly. We come like we'll either incorporate maybe both things that we want to do, or the other one we made straight up debate. Like, nah, bro, but like, listen, this is why I want to do like this, and I may just be like, oh, you know what? Like, fuck my
That's
idea. Like,
fine.
that's so much
Yeah.
harder. Yeah, you
100%.
know. So it's like I think we're
Definitely, it'd
both
be like that.
when it comes to music. This is why we click so well when it comes to music, because when it comes to whether it be one song or an album or a fucking video or pictures, whatever the fuck, or an edit, whatever,
Mhm.
we're able to kind of, as much as selfish, and I don't want to say selfish, but hard-headed we are at times, strong-headed we are at times, we're able to see the other person's perspective, you know.
Right. And I
And I think
think
that helps a lot.
yeah, no, 1000% it does. Because like collaboration is so important. Like seriously, when you just almost collide on ideas or you know like like those experiences you just described wouldn't be like possible if you're just doing shit by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Like all that shit is so much like it's just beneficial for you as a creator, as
And
a
then on top of
person.
that, to be so honest, like a lot of people don't want to admit it as artists.
Mhm.
Your idea might not always be the right idea. So you need that. You need someone else to run that by.
Yep.
So there's plenty of times where like I wanted to do something this way, and then like bro was just like, nah, like you should do it this way, and then I'll do it that way on some like, you know what, fuck it, on some spiteful shit. Like I'll do it just to show you like it ain't gonna even be nice like that, and then
And
and
end up
then
loving
and then yeah, and then it's fucking fire, and then I'm sick, but it is what it is.
And then I'm sick, and then you're
And
like,
I'm
fuck,
sick.
man.
Like,
No,
fuck.
that's too funny, bro. Okay, bro. So you guys put out one hell of a fucking project early on, man. Followed up with how many fire visuals?
Only two.
Only two, but
So
And one of
is
them isn't even on the project, but Michael did shoot it.
right. So that's still
It's
sick
just
though.
yeah.
That's still great. Like ethic, man. Like that's oh wow, that's amazing. So it's currently April 4th, 2022. What are your plans for the spring and the summer and following out the end of the year?
Shit, the
hopefully
spring and the
shows.
summer. You said hopefully show. Hell yeah, man. Fuck. COVID fucked up a lot of that, so I'm trying to get back into that for sure.
I feel like
Just
that's
get back into
starting
some
to
motion for real.
finally. Yeah, I feel like shows are starting to finally, slowly like barrel
Like it's really been like a
snowball
good
back
like
into
2 years for real since we motherfuckers could really move around with this rap shit the way we would like to. So it's like shit.
Right. Yeah, that shit was fucking rough, man. I'm really fuck, bro. Like you're absolutely right. That put a damper on so many things, you know what I mean? Like even for us like as a platform, like in the last platform I was working for, we had to start doing, you know, Discord shows and all this other just internet kind of events, and to where like we were already doing IRL shows. You know what I mean? Like we were
Yeah.
already selling out Atlanta, we were already selling out Chicago. So it was like it sucked to go backwards a little bit, but it also like almost pushed us as like, you know, independent artists to like, you know, go
Who was
out
this
of
with? Was this with UVC?
yep, yep, yep.
Ah, okay.
We were doing a lot of heavy work IRL, and then when COVID hit, that was like such a weird time, and you know,
No,
shit.
you guys were definitely going crazy.
Yeah, like man, like I'd say Atlanta, like when we did all that, that was probably like one of our peaks, and then COVID hit, and everything got really shitty, and then like you
I remember
mentioned,
that. I wanted to pop out.
yeah, no, that ATL show was legendary for sure, for sure. But nonetheless, that's definitely going to be happening with Music Mondays because, like you had mentioned, everything's starting to come around again, and everything's starting to blossom, and the flowers are coming out in terms of, you know, being able to throw shows and get booked and actually go outside and not, you know, feel crazy. So definitely a positive in 2022 as well.
Yeah, I think it's looking up for real.
Yeah, I do too. I do too, man. Like I always try to look at the bright side of shit, especially when it comes to this. So
Pandemics.
yeah, I mean, fuck yeah, literally, bro. Like fucking hell. No, you're so right, bro. You're so right. So
He said, "Don't say the p word."
don't say it.
Porsche Panorama.
Um,
What the fuck?
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so do you guys consider yourselves underground artists? And like I said, not the whole sort of like, you know, because you're not signed or anything like that, but do you guys consider yourself a part of the scene where like it's almost hard to describe, right? But like it's
No, I know exactly what you're saying, and
yeah.
but I'll let you finish. But yeah, I don't at all, and I can't. It's very hard to because I feel like just a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, like whether it be like the blogs or like the people that were like very popular on these blogs that I've been around a lot in the
Yeah.
underground and shit, and I kind of feel like I was always one of the people like
Getting shafted?
not. It was just very weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was because like
So different.
I would make music you feel me, with people that made like the trap metal shit or made this or made that, made the emo shit,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't on that type of time ever.
Dude,
Like,
I've always felt different. I always felt like I was on a
you
different
feel
time
it?
from everybody else. So
Exactly.
it's
So
like
it's like,
when you say me personally, when you say are you part of the underground, I'd say sure, I guess.
and then like what
Because
the
like
underground is now is kind of like at this moment, it's I don't want to say it's at a stalemate. It's just at like a anybody could take the, you feel me,
Yeah.
the throne
yeah,
type shit,
I
because it's
agree.
kind of like there's nobody to really lean on. Like who's the next big one out of the SoundCloud? Like SoundCloud era isn't really dead, but it's kind of like niggas are blowing up off of fucking what, TikTok now. So it's like,
Man, yeah,
and it's
so it's
like
yeah.
like you're not even about to be a fucking SoundCloud rapper anymore. Niggas gonna be like, oh, you a TikTok rapper, bro.
it's
You
oh
a
my
Twitter
god.
rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man,
so it's
that,
just
that
like,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with music.
mm,
Whether you want to call it just the underground, whether you want to say like put it into two different parts, you know, underground and mainstream,
right, right.
whatever. There's whatever you want to classify music or just like, you know, whatever parts, you know, you want to put it in.
Yep.
There's levels to this shit.
Oh,
There's always like
1,000.
no matter if you're Drake, no, like there it's hard to get to a point no matter what artist you are to be like, all right, I can't be better. I can't be bigger. I can't sell more. I can't
I mean, the
fucking
craziest
like.
part is niggas like Drake kind of can be like that because you the biggest artist in rap, nigga, in hip
That's what I'm
hop, the
saying.
whole entire genre. You are the biggest artist, so
And
you
that's what I'm saying.
that
It's
is one of the
hard.
ones that
I think it's
you can
debatable. Like I think it's really like that subject. Not even just like in hip hop or in general. I'm just talking in music. I feel like it's
definitely.
like super. I feel like it's super debatable to be like, all right, what like do you have like
You
do you have
definitely got
more
to
to
keep
give?
leveling up though, unless you
Yeah,
are the pinnacle.
yeah. Exactly. And it's like it's hard to say who the fucking pinnacle is right now.
Because it
That's
Hmm.
why I'm kind
depends
of
on your
like
view of the shit.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I'm trying to that's the point I'm making exactly. Is like there's levels to this fucking shit and it's hard to really say who the fucking top level is. You know?
Yep.
My fucking goal or like my classification I would give myself is just like I'm just trying to level up, man. You know, I know I'm at a low
Definitely.
level. I know there's like I know people around me that are bigger, you know, or at a higher level that can give me game or may not give me game, but it's up to me to, you know,
Level
fucking
up
put myself
regardless.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, to
agree.
put myself on to like to put that fucking those 10,000 hours in, to put that fucking that time in, that effort, that fucking knowledge to that learning, you know. That's another thing is I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be Beethoven, like you can never say, all right, there's nothing more I can learn about music.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like
1,000%.
because it's so evolving. Like
Oh, 100%.
music history is literally happening every year, you know, and it's
And
evolving every fucking year.
you know, like
And
it's just crazy, bro, because like nobody wants to be underground forever, right? Like that's the thing. Like I always looked at it as like we were always more elite than anything else because everybody else was always looking at us for inspiration. Everybody's always looking for our sounds. Everybody's always looking for everything. And like you're mentioning now, yeah, everything's always evolving, right? So we're evolving and everybody's always looking at us for everything that we do. And it's very like it's something that it's like hard to explain, but you definitely like don't want to be quote unquote like underground forever, like regardless of like whatever your perception is.
Definitely.
You know what I
And
mean?
another thing I probably want to touch on is like I don't really fit into like me and Michael shit for that matter don't fit into any type of niche in the underground that is currently ongoing. You know what I'm saying? That like
Right.
currently exists.
Right.
So it's kind of
like
hard to be like I can't really say I
give our
fit
music a
in.
genre.
I mean, it's hip hop.
Go ahead.
Like that's that. I'm a
I
talk my
mean,
shit. You
I'm
feel me?
talking.
Hip hop rap. Like I don't give a fuck.
I'm saying. Now I'm talking hip hop, but like, what type of like? Give ourselves
No, yeah, like
name a genre that
can't
are
classify. You can't give it one of these like newer
You
sub
really
genres.
no.
can't.
Like
You
that.
really can't because you got motherfuckers out there, right? That will like try to dumb it down into like some super subcategory where it's like I've never even fucking heard about that shit. Shut the fuck up. Nobody's
Exactly,
calling
bro.
it that, bro. So
So that's why I'm like the
yeah,
music I'm making is like I'm doing something that no one
yes,
in underground has really wanted not even, and I'm not doing it in the corny way where it's like, oh, I'm rapping on boom bap beats, I'm lyrical miracle. I'm just nigga, I'm rapping, bro. Like,
Right,
and
doing your
no one
thing.
wants
He's
to
just
fucking rap
being
anymore.
him.
People laugh at people for rapping. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's funny to be a rapper, and it's like you're fucking in hip hop, making hip hop inspired music, and you laugh at people for wanting to rap good. Like, what the fuck are you like? I don't know. This
Right.
this new generation, like I'm a part of the fucking generation, but it feels like I feel like an old head at times because it's like fucking stupid. Like you can make fun songs, but why be mad at people for actually rapping good too?
Right. No.
That's why I very
100%.
much fuck with the rappers that I do. Like, shout out Scarface again, who's in chat right now. Like,
Real one
Fury.
right there.
A lot of people that just, I mean, at the time they don't make music anymore really as rappers, but Dread Junior, like, they are very much all right. I'm gonna do me. Like, fuck whatever anybody else is doing. Like, I have
See,
my sound. I want to do my sound. Like,
Exactly. Like I'll
I
support anything,
think
bro. Like
this
you
sounds
can make
good.
whatever you want to make.
that's what's
Yeah.
underground to me. To me, like as like the core of this shit, bro. Like why I do Music Mondays, why I've always done this shit, why I've interviewed people. Like it's that's what's underground to me because you're not trying to be anything. You're not trying to do this. You're trying to do that. You're doing what you love, and like
Exactly. I'm not trying to
that's
sell you an image. I'm not trying to sell you a
right.
gimmick. I'm not trying to stay in this one lane so you can fucking
Facts.
suck me off and tell me I'm the
Right.
greatest rapper
If the
alive. Like I don't give a
if the
fuck.
money
Like I'm
comes,
just making this shit.
Mm-hmm.
if the money comes, that's cool. If the support comes, that's cool. If the fucking shows come, that's cool. If whatever fucking comes, that's cool. But like at the end of the day, I'm making this music because I want to hear what I'm putting out on the radio. I want to hear what I'm putting out be played. You know,
Right.
that's why like it sounds like I'm fucking sucking my own cock, but sometimes like I will sit there and like listen to my own music because some people will
Nigga,
be
every
like,
artist does that.
yeah, but like I do feel arrogant at times, but sometimes it's just like I don't want to hear anything else. I want to hear fucking like whatever. I want to hear this boom bap beat I made and fucking you know
Right.
I don't know. Hear about Scar telling me like, am I gonna fucking see tomorrow or not? Like you know, like you
Yeah.
feel me? Like I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. No, like that's the thing too, because like I know Fury mentioned in our phone interview that, sometimes listening to your music back can also be a little bit of a challenge as well, because sometimes when you make music it can bring you to like um, emotional and painful places that, you know, I could never relate to like listening to, certain songs of my own or, you know what I mean? You know, it- just because music will do that for you, you know what I mean? Like you're able to lay yourself out on a track or a canvas or anything like that, So
Definitely give all of yourself like at a certain point in time.
yeah. So that's why I really don't like look for trends or anything like that. Like, of course, I keep my eyes open and like I always have because that's not, I always look out for, the next one follower guy who's extremely talented. But at the end of the day, to say that like somebody should chase like, the next big thing or this or that and the third, like over, a pair who is doing something so unique and so independent that you're just fucking smoking crack, bro. It's
Smoking
crazy,
crack,
bro.
bro.
It's
He
crazy,
said, "How you
bro.
not fucking with these
It's
guys?"
crazy, bro. I couldn't do it, and
Y'all
and
tripping,
like
yeah.
like that's why I never fit in with like the rest of them, and like I always expose like those, like the stereotypical blogs, the managers, the all the people who weren't doing this for the art and the love and the music. They were doing it for other weird shit, and
Bro, niggas really was so cheese. I watched that whole era, bro. Like I watched a big part of that era crumble because niggas just wanted to fucking capitalize off of what was already getting big.
yep,
Like find something new,
yep.
push something different.
And like that's like the number one thing I learned was you could copy everything we were doing, I was doing, but we were always 50 steps ahead because we were in the
Trying to
lab,
find the next person that was
right,
you feel yeah,
in the
that no
lab
one knew.
every night, every fucking night. Oh, did you hear this guy? Oh, let's make this track. Yo, let's do an album. Yo, let's do a show. Like we
That's why I
were like,
appreciate fucking appreciate Eddie a lot because
eh,
no one in you I'm not gonna lie, no one in UVC fucked with me. I tried to reach out several times, no one
yep,
was fucking with me, and he
yep,
hit me up his own like free will type shit, like and reached out to me. So yeah,
yep.
certain people I'll always you feel me be grateful for.
Eddie was such like a staple in that shit too, and like I gotta give my flowers to him while he's always still around and shit. But not a lot of people know about what he did for a lot of the shit back then, and it was only like me and him and like people like Tez and a couple other people that were really just,
He was really part of the like you were all a part of the machine, like keeping that motherfucker
man,
moving.
we love this shit to the fucking, bro, I'm telling you, like, we were putting in money for merch that we didn't even have, like, so that's why I hate when I hear about blogs and this and that, and if they're trying to, like, take money from artists and this and that for the people that
Oh
don't
yeah,
even,
for
like, have
$50 they will
money.
give you a write up.
Yeah, like, people don't even
$100 they'll give
have
you a write up.
money.
What the
They
fuck
don't
are you
even have
talking
money
about,
to...
nigga? Do you like my music or not, nigga?
Right. Like artists don't even have money to spend for themselves, and you're gonna try to ask them for fucking bread, bro. That is the
That's burnt the fuck
craziest
out.
shit, bro. It really is just bullshit, bro. So I've always like it's not even like an advantage because like I don't do it for the advantage. I just do it because I wake up like this, bro. Like it's been I don't do it for that. Like I enjoy putting a smile on people's faces and seeing them be like, wow, like this actually meant something to me, and nobody fucking paid attention to my shit. Nobody did this, nobody did that. Like that's why I do this shit, and that's why a lot of people should do this shit. And when I see artists like you guys that have this energy going on that is just almost like it's like the eye test, right? Like you just know that if you guys keep going the way that you're going, it's impossible for you to fail. And like you said, like you don't got to be Drake, you don't got to be this, you don't got to be that, but you both can eat and sit at the table with everybody that you want to, as long as you keep true to this shit, bro. Like that's
Yes,
like
indeed.
it's so important, and that's some of the shit that a lot of people, I guess, take for granted or just don't
Take for granted
realize.
and like lose sight of.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And it's so inspiring to see artists out here still doing that. So, shouts out to you guys, man, and shouts out to everybody in the chat, Scarface and all the homies for real, because you guys are definitely the future, 100%. So, on to
Fucking
lighter
big statement.
topics. 2022, you're just looking to get back into the swing of things, shows, more projects, more visuals. Outside of music and art, what are you guys looking to do this year? Do you guys have any goals to just, kick back, or what are some personal goals that you have for yourself outside of music?
Yeah. I'm gonna let Michael take the floor with this one.
What was the question? My
Shit.
my audio is cutting out a little bit. I'm sorry.
Um, what are some things outside of music that you want to accomplish this year?
Dude, this year alone?
Oh
Or
yeah,
just in
tell me.
general?
Tell me.
That's why I said I'm gonna let him go
Yeah,
first.
yeah. So you guys have plans for music. You're just trying to get back into the swing of things, shows, more visuals,
really,
more everything.
really want to work on our own merch. I mean, I guess that kind of has to do with music.
Oh yeah, no, merch is
Like,
great though. Yeah, that's definitely
yeah, I
outside the
really
box.
want to do that. And then me personally, I've been really wanting to work more with photography and editing, and maybe with that videography, sorry, and editing that, and really fucking just going into directing music videos and shit like that. And that shit, bro, I was watching a little bit of the directing of, I think, the Grammys, and that shit was fucking insane. Like he's sitting there watching a whole screen of I mean, obviously I can't do this year, but it's a whole team. But he's watching a whole screen of people, like, of cameras, and he's saying, okay, cut camera 1, all right, cut camera 5, and he's like, like, bro, and it's a very well-oiled machine that he's at the top of. He's, the director of, literally, in this. Yeah,
Right.
that shit's kind of cool. I'd like to do that at a very smaller scale for like music videos, maybe just literally having one or two fucking people, working on videos, or a video, and then using their different footage to chop that up and edit it and stuff like that. But yeah, I just really want to dabble into videography and photography and merch.
Man, that's great. That's great. 100%. That's great. What about you, Fury?
Shit, I'm just I'm striving, you feel me? I'm trying to like keep working on my motherfucking mental health, mental stability.
Of course.
Learn something new every day, you feel me? Learn something about myself, learn something about the people around me, learn something about people in general. So that way, you feel me, I'm less quick to fucking judge or be harsh. Just really progressing as a human being. That's really what I'm trying to do. and just more streams of income, more fucking ways to figure out shit and keep the ball rolling, and
Always.
just keep shit copacetic.
Man, I love that. I love that. All positive gains in 2022, man. That's fucking
Yes, sir.
amazing. That's fucking amazing. So, um, we've been chatting it up for a little while. What are some topics that you guys wanted to touch on that we already didn't touch on? Do you guys have anything that
Uh,
you would like to say and you would like to chop it up about?
I say all my favorite rappers are in the group I'm in, the collective I'm in, the actually fucking on paper label I'm in,
Mhm.
community centers. So if you guys are listening, whatever the fuck, and go on my Twitter or whatever the fuck, or go like at Comsen Music and shit, find all the homies. Yeah, go like run them niggas up.
Yep,
And I just like you listen to Scarface, right?
for sure. Scarface was a recent
Great rapper,
submission of
right?
mine. Bro, he
Amazing, right?
fucking blew my mind.
Yeah.
Literally blew my mind. I think Community Centers was the first time I heard you guys. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Michael that submitted a Community Center song that he produced, and it was one of your tracks, and it was I think it was with Scarface maybe. And
It was probably Fusion Dance.
bro, it was fucking
Okay.
crazy, bro, crazy shit.
Nice.
But yeah, man, like I'm just so happy for you guys, and not like a lot of people have a work ethics like that actually care about their shit. So um, I'm
I will
glad
say
I'm
this:
glad you guys do.
somebody in chat a little bit ago
Hmm.
redeemed something. Can you go back and see what they redeemed and who that was
What are you
for me?
talking about, Cass?
I could pull it up, but what was it? Was it Hit the
It was
Gas?
a yes.
Oh shit! It was Hit the Gas. Fuck me. It's
Yeah.
no. I will in a minute, but um, usually one big thing I like to do here is just a lot of shout outs, and you guys deserve a really big plug. So let's take like 5-10 minutes and talk about what you guys want to plug, and what do you guys want the people to know for this year, man. Let them know.
God damn it. Shit. A lot of music on the way. I
Mm-hmm.
fucking slacked last year. I didn't drop as much as I could have.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go absolutely batshit insane. Give niggas a fuck ton of music. Try to give you guys some more visuals.
bro.
Me and
Jansport
Michael
is like
probably gonna drop like 50 million projects on you niggas.
Love
bro.
that.
What you about to
Jansport's
say?
like the only fucking song that I like put out last year. One of the only songs that I put out last year.
I put out that fucking smile you're on camera shit, bro, and that was like songs that were like 2 years old and shit like that, and that was it.
Right,
So yeah, like I'm
dude.
feeling you. Like it's gotta
Pandemic
crank
had me
that.
fucked up. I was at my parents' fucking like fat as shit, like
Hey man, we
270,
talking we talking
260.
about we talking about you feel me good things, nigga.
Oh, dude, I'm
Nigga.
hella
What
good.
we what we plotting on,
180.
Cal?
I'm like 185 now. We hella good.
Yeah,
Like
Man, that's what I
I
like
be
to
saying that shit
hear.
with
nigga
pride,
stupid.
bro.
Let's
I be
go.
saying that shit with pride. I'm like, yeah, I like
Looking
being
good,
proud,
man.
bitch.
Hey, Toby's.
Nah, that's good, bro. That's good.
Good, man.
That's good, man. So new music on the fucking way, bro. New
Yeah,
music on the
definitely.
fucking way.
I want to drop a project called I'm Fine. I want to drop a project called fucking My Friends Died in the Summer, and probably one more, but I don't really know. That one's in the air. And yeah, so a
Man,
lot of new music on the way, a lot of cool things. I'm trying to figure it out.
man, let's
Do you
fucking
want to make
go.
a 3-piece called No Pressure?
Nah, that was a 7-track project called Processing, and that was
Processing, not
some
No
whole
Pressure.
yeah, some
My
whole
bad.
that was some whole other
You
shit.
just you see my fucking my dyslexia, my fucking dumbassery. I would say other things, but dumbassery.
Brother said no pressure.
No pressure would be fine though. I'm not gonna lie.
It just wasn't fitting with the theme of what I was
No,
going with.
yeah,
No
facts.
pressure. Hey, no pressure would be fire for like an
That's
ignorant
I'm
as
gonna wait
it
till
can
I'm
be.
till I'm back in that bag. I'll give him some shit.
Facts. Facts. All right, so lots to look forward to, man. It sounds like you guys are really good and really healthy. One thing I did want to touch on before we logged off and gave some final shout outs and our goodbyes. you had mentioned, Fury, that you were always trying to keep your mental health up, and one thing that we had discussed during our interview was artists having like pretty much like standard for themselves, or just being too hard on themselves, or just artists in general and mental health. Do you have any words about how you feel about that?
Oh damn. I say don't let the rat race like fuck your head up and make you think you have to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. Like you can take a fucking break, you can breathe, you can relax, you can live your fucking life, you can figure yourself out, you can figure out, whatever you have to.
100%.
Because at the end of the day, motherfuckers will tell you consistency is key, but if you don't let off the gas when you need to, you will crash. You will crash the fuck out. So, you feel me? Don't be afraid to take breaks, and you feel me? But at the same time, don't be afraid to fucking take risk, and keep it pushing at all times. And just don't let fucking anyone tell you what you should do. Don't overwork yourself, and just always fucking find a way to fucking appreciate what you have around you.
Man, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Um, I know that, a lot of artists like to sort of push themselves, and then a lot of artists just don't push themselves enough. But the extra push is what separates the greats from the average. But you always got to stop and refuel.
You have to know when to, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, ease off the
always,
gas or when to. And there's
always.
people that make so much music that, you know what I'm saying, you could make 30, 40, 50 songs and then you could tuck away for a month or two, not make any music, but give the illusion that you've been
Come
working so
back
much.
to.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's what
Yeah,
most of your
come
favorite
back
artists,
to it.
most of the biggest artists that have to stay consistent do anyways. You
Yep.
sit in one studio session or a couple studio sessions, make a bunch of fucking music, sit on that, and then while you're living your life, you have all of this music to, present to the people type shit. You don't
You know
have to
what's
be in
a
the
great
studio every single day of your life.
you know what's a great example of that is like the EP that Kendrick Lamar put out. I think it's called Untitled Unmastered, where it's
Yeah,
literally
just like
fucking
proof that motherfuckers just have a bunch of throwaway shit that could be an album at
yeah.
any time.
Right.
Yeah, and it was like literally the whole title of each song was it looked like a file name, and it would have the date and it would have like 2014-2017. Like that's 3 years of just fucking coming back to that song, working on that song, putting it in the
Right.
vault, tucking it away, like doing nothing with it, for a couple months. It's
I
wild to me.
I actually love that shit, and honestly, not only do you have the chance to like live your life and go do whatever the fuck you want, right? But you could also like go use music again for like whenever you feel like it. You know what I mean? There's no obligation.
Exactly.
There's no like, if you feel
If you
like
treat this shit like something stressful, you're gonna like want to crash out. You're gonna want to quit. You're not gonna want to do it anymore.
without a doubt.
So you can't just kind of sit there and just be like, oh, I have to make it. I have to do this. I have to like, come on, bro, chill.
Mm-hmm. Cause like some days it's gonna suck, and then there are days where it's just like you
Definitely.
you need to fucking rest. You know what I mean? Like, and like the best always distinguish the two. You know what I mean? Cause there's like days where it blows, and the shit that you got to get done is whatever. But then there's days where you're genuinely fucking exhausted, and those are the days where you have to take a step back and just go chill out for a bit. You know what I mean? And you can go consume art to take back to your art. It's not always a negative as to where like you have to go look at it as like quote unquote a day off. You could always go
Yeah,
back and like consume all types of art, because I know you're an avid
definitely.
fan of anime. You guys are both fans
Oh
of
yeah,
movies, and
definitely.
like you guys take in all types of great art that you don't have to feel like you should always be in the studio, always be writing, always this, always that, because you need some time to consume art as well. Like fuck, you know.
Yeah. And so when you were telling me like what I would have to say to the people or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like also read more books and shit. Like people don't read enough, bro. Like and
Fact.
just like read a fucking book, nigga. Like pick up a book and read. I don't know. It's not that
I
hard.
got a book that came in from Amazon today.
Books,
Hey,
No,
with
but
short
I'm talking about
stories.
and look, I read a lot of manga, I read a lot of comics and shit, but
Yep.
no, read an actual fucking book. Like for the sake of yourself, like read an actual fucking book.
There's a lot of great genres too. Fuck. There's horror. There's mysteries, bro.
Exactly. It doesn't
There's
have to be like
all.
some deep ass intuitive shit. You could just
Yeah.
read
yeah,
fucking I don't know, Dracula or something. I don't give a
You,
fuck.
you really could. You really could. And
Or read a
and
fucking Harry Potter book or something.
it's extremely stimulating. And you don't even have to like physically pick up a book. Like you could literally like get a Kindle or an iPad or something, and it's
Exactly. Like
that simple.
motherfuckers have their phone in their hand all day. Might as well
Yeah.
do something that's not just fucking scroll on the internet where people are saying senseless shit.
Even
shout
writing
out
too. You
50
know what I
Cent.
mean? Like writing is also like a great way to You know, not even
Oh,
just
definitely. I
you
write a
know.
lot. Like outside of rap, I write a lot. Like whether it be poetry or just like journaling, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Definitely write
Yeah,
out any of your thoughts if
It's
you have to.
so healthy. Like especially in terms of mental health, like that's one thing that's totally helped me was like writing down like how I felt and like how I should feel and
Definitely.
like how I feeling like how to like steer yourself almost. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird to say, but like if you like write out your thoughts in real form, you can like see how you can change it, you know? So it
You get a grasp of like exactly how you were feeling in that moment, how you're currently feeling and shit like that.
yeah, bro. Yeah, so that's another super healthy thing, you know, cuz like fuck shit. If you don't like reading, bro, or whatever, like go journal, go fuck, you could do so many great things that
Yeah, exactly. Don't just trap yourself inside of your own mind type shit. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm. That's great, man. Two artists that genuinely like understand mental health and not like just sort of are neglectful towards it or anything like that. I
Yeah, it
really
can
like
never be.
that.
That can never be.
I really like that. That's super fucking important.
not anymore at least. I've
Yeah,
been there, done that.
I
I
agree.
mean, I was yeah, there
I
was points in
yeah.
time where like hell, I
Reckless.
might have put out like 10, 20 EPs that year, but I was being very neglectful of my mental health. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yep.
like just practice balance, man.
Well fucking said, my friends. Well fucking said. Um so let's give some shout outs, man. Let's shout out everybody in the chat. Shout out who do you guys take inspiration from? And I'm not talking about artists. I'm not talking about any about who do you care about and who do you do this shit for, man? Shout some people out.
Who I do this shit for? I do this shit for Tookie Williams. So rest in peace to the greatest crip of all time.
Shouts out.
I'm being silly.
I'm
I gotta
being
stop.
silly.
But nah, shout out to all my shout out to all the community centers, man. For real,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Go on Twitter, whatever the fuck. Go on Instagram, send music, please and thank you. Like those are all of my like closest fucking affiliates in this music shit. Those are people I have a lot of faith in. Shout out to fucking Faded Decade. Go on Instagram, go on fucking Twitter, search up Faded Decade. Great clothing brand, great brand in general. Shit, shout out to fucking Michael on this podcast with me. Shit, I take inspiration from fucking my mother, the woman that raised me, you know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go, man.
Like
Let's
I don't know,
go.
like just shit. Shout
Love
out to
that.
fucking just,
Love
anybody that's
that.
probably tuned in right now that gives a fuck.
Yep. Shout out to everybody, man. I love that Fury. I love that Fury. What about you, Michael?
First off, someone random. I wanna shout out Junior Ending. I want everybody here to like go spam Junior Ending on Twitter. Uh, at June REIMAN, and tell him that you love him and that I love him, and tell him to please start making music again because
Don't
I love
tell
his
that man
music.
to drop music.
And
That man can drop music when he wants to drop music if
that's
he comes
fine. That's
around
fine.
to it.
That's fine.
Do not
That's fine.
spam any artist and tell them to drop music. It is the
That's
most
fine.
annoying thing you can do to an artist.
Let him know, Fury. Let him know, bro.
No artist likes being told to constantly drop some shit or constantly do some shit. No human being
And
likes that.
I didn't mean it like that, Mr. Sir. But
I know.
anyways,
I'm just saying. It's
I
just
meant in the
no.
way of like
Just drop a blue
fucking
heart under all of his pictures.
That'll do, man.
calm the ice, calm the ice prince, calm the ice prince.
Oh shit. Anyone
But
else?
no, other than that, shout out those that like were in the ends, Kale Plant, uh, fucking Dear God, Ghost of Blue, my homies, and then shout out those that are worse, like are slash were no doms, Donnie Hardaway, RJ the Guru, Sabron. I'm missing a lot, but like
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
also
yeah. Shout out Donnie Hardaway. Fucking please,
don't.
please, you have to shout out Donnie Hardaway. You have to shout out fucking Dead. You have to shout out
Yeah,
fucking Jesus Christ, I can't talk.
Let him
RJ the
know,
Guru,
bro.
Zapata, fucking there's a lot of people, man. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yep. Shouts
there's a
out to
lot
all
of
the real
people.
ones, man.
I know I'm missing a lot, and like obviously shout out
There's so
CS.
many. So I don't want to forget anybody. We
Shout
don't
out,
want to forget
yeah,
anybody.
yeah. I know I am. Shout out Death Waiting, the producer group I'm in. Kale, fucking Umi style, But yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Shout out
Man.
Acidic Gloom. I hope he's safe out, my boy out in Russia. Super. He's a super producer. He's like, you want to talk about consistency, you want to talk about fucking work ethic and like drive, bro. He like, I saw him on Instagram Live once, and he was like cooking up a beat, and I was like the only one in there. It was like 4 a.m. my time, you know. It was like
Mm-hmm.
probably noon or whatever, 2 a.m. in Russia or 2 p.m. in Russia,
Mm-hmm.
and he's fucking cooking up. I'm like, bro, this is fucking insane. And he's like 17, 18. He's like, bro, this shit, like this is ass. I'm like, what the fuck? He's on awesome. He's like constantly fucking putting out music. Aesthetic Gloom's awesome. I hope he's safe. Abyssal Sounds, you know, shout out all of them. There's
Yeah,
a
can I
lot
say
of
one last thing? Can I say one last thing
Absolutely. No, the floor is yours.
before we get up? Okay.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Haji. Rest in peace, David. Free Dito. Free all my Crips. Shit.
Let them
Fuck.
know, bro.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. Thank you a lot. Be patient with me. I'm only human on all fucking platforms. Every platform, go stream that shit. And yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's fucking go, baby. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our guest segment for the night. Make sure you follow Fury. Make sure you follow Michael. For anybody else
y'all
watching
better
on,
smoke weed.
yeah, facts.
Y'all
Anybody
better
else,
smoke fucking weed.
y'all better smoke weed to this. Y'all better enjoy
Hey, I'm
this
about to
podcast.
smoke hella weed,
Facts.
nigga. What the fuck?
Facts. Like, listen, you guys better run this up on
Enjoy
YouTube.
themselves.
Show these two some fucking love, man. Show Fury some love. Show Michael some love. Anybody who saw this on the channel, man, live, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys were great. And thank you to Fury and Michael for coming on the show, man. We're
Thank
doing
you
this
so much for
again.
having us.
We're doing this again 1000%. Relatively soon. Anytime you want, you're more than welcome to come on. Every Monday we're fucking chilling here, just vibing out.
Say less.
Straight up, we're just chilling. So anytime you guys want to come on, you just let me know, man. Thank you
We'll
for
make
your
sure to tap
time.
in, always.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely, man. My pleasure.
Super fun. Super fun.
Our pleasure. And I'm glad that we were able to dive in a little bit more into the energy that you guys are putting out. I'm just really happy with it, and this is going to be good for the scene, man. And I hope you guys keep pushing really hard because you're very inspirational for sure.
Thank you so much. That means like the fucking world, yeah. Because I don't know. That's a big ass statement. Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. Alrighty. I suppose I'm gonna go finish off the show. You guys are free to go. Thank you for your time once again. I really, really appreciate it. This will be live on the YouTube channel this Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Make sure you tune in and make sure you follow Fury. Make sure you follow Michael. I'm gonna link both their socials in the description. Don't worry about finding their shit. Just look in the box. Make sure you show them some love. Make sure you go stream. Be patient with me. I'm only human. Show the motherfuckers some love, man. Straight up.
Yeah.
Everyone be safe and have a fucking great night.
Be safe. Thank you
Make
guys.
sure you put the burner in the stash box.
Let them know, Fury, bro. Man.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm in chat. If you guys want to follow me, I think my links are on my Twitch. So there
Yep.
you go.
You more than welcome to drop them in chat. Absolutely. All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys extremely soon.
You have a good night, brother.
Later.
Much love. Thank you.
Be safe. Man, let's go. That was a conversation with two legends, man. Chopped it up for almost 2 hours. Got over a pretty decent amount of topics. Just was able to lay out a good foundation, a good update for the homies. And I hope that was an okay representation, because that won't be the only time that Fury and Michael will be on the show. Rest assured. Believe that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. We can get right into submissions. Let me just